about to start. I'm going to start in a second, Nate.
Alright, Jason.
Hey guys, it's TheLazyMuffin, but I'm actually here with somebody else today. This is a podcast. I've never done one of these before. We're just going to go for it. It's the first one. I'm calling this The Scoop Podcast, Episode 1. And who knows, maybe it could be good. Maybe it'll be good. What are you thinking, Nate?
Well, I'm Nate, Jason's roommate, and making my first podcast, and I'm pretty excited. Not gonna lie, Jason.
Yeah. I've always wanted to do a podcast. I listen to them every day at work. I've told you guys that before, and I've always wanted to do it, and I always thought I probably could. I think I can talk. I'm good at talking for a very long time and annoying people by just keep on talking and talking and talking. Are you good at talking, Nate?
You know, I think I am pretty good at talking. I tend to annoy Jason pretty, kind of a lot, I'm sure. I'd never really stop talking, but it keeps conversation going in the dorm.
And nothing's better, or frick, okay, yeah, there's gonna be some mess ups in this, guys. We don't even have anything planned, but yeah, if I'm able to just keep talking and talking and talking, I think I'll be decent at a podcast. Maybe not too bad. I might talk too much, though, so that could be a problem. But, so yeah, I always wanted to talk or have a podcast, guys. I told you that before, and I wanted to have, I always have envisioned it in my head, just having a pretty successful podcast. I always wanted to, and hopefully that's could happen, but I don't know.
Yeah, I've always wanted to find some way to entertain people. I considered a podcast, but I never knew what way I was going to do it. But here I am doing a podcast with my roommate.
And even if we mess up, dude, there's gonna be probably 5, maybe 10 people watching this, so it's not even gonna be anything bad. It'll be pretty funny. I bet nobody will even listen to this whole thing. So there's gonna be some stuff, guys, that I'll say in here that I wouldn't say in my videos, but no one's even gonna hear it anyways, so yeah, it doesn't.
Might as well say it.
So, yeah, before we started this, we really, a few days ago, we thought about doing this, but we were too tired, and we had a few ideas in mind, but now we're just kind of going off the top of the head. I was actually thinking about one thing today that's bothering me. I have not talked about on my channel, and this is the fact that, the American media, I think it's just the worst thing ever, and I can't stand it. Oh my gosh. In the first episode, we're going to talk about politics. That's, the worst thing. It's the worst thing possible. But I think the media is really biased, and I've always wanted to talk about this and say my opinion on it. And just, yeah, Nate, what do you think?
I definitely agree. The media puts a lot of stuff out there that is not necessarily true. It's pretty crazy how they tend to work with the government and give us only what the government wants us to hear. It's giving us these beliefs that aren't even true.
So yeah, I think right now the media is having an issue, regardless of what side you are on the party. The media right now is doing the exact opposite of what they should be doing, for our country. They are, instead of uniting us together as one big country, and yeah, we're talking about the United States. I know not all my watchers are from the United States, but right now I'm sure you're aware of what's going on here. And so Trump has won. He won fair and square, regardless of that. Not talking about that. The media right now is doing everything they can to just try to destroy him. It's dude, it's ridiculous.
I know. In a time where the country is more divided with ever, with so many different people having conflicting opinions, a lot of people are upset and not even giving Trump any chance to succeed. They're only putting these articles out there that are tearing him down. And what's that showing? All these people that are against him right now, they're only giving the American people more of a reason to act out against him rather than trying to unite the people. I don't understand what the media is trying to accomplish.
Yeah, they're being very counterproductive, because instead they're being told to do all this stuff by the government, because the government is so anti-Trump that they're pushing all this stuff out here to get people to believe anything about Trump. There's stuff today I saw, they're talking about him restarting the Celebrity Apprentice, and he's going to be working on that a lot while in office, and it's not even true, guys. Like, world media is reporting just information that's not even true, and that's obvious. They're just doing it to get people to not like him, and it's evil. It's literally evil, like twisting, like mind control of the media. Like, it literally is mind control.
Twisting the words around all the time, and I don't know. I think that Trump like may be able to change the way the media works. Right now, we only get exactly what the government wants us to hear. We're getting all these biased stories all the time, and I'm hoping that Trump will be able to make a difference with that and like make the media a reliable source, something that we know is true when we hear it, and not something that is just being thrown in our face and isn't even true.
Yeah, it's sad today. Like, nowadays, the media. Oh, I don't even know. Okay, I can't even think what I'm saying right now, man. Oh, now my phone's going off. I'm sorry, guys.
I got
this is just
too.
a screw up. But the media is like, it's really making me mad. Like, I've gotten so mad. I can't even go wake up in the morning, turn on my TV, and watch the news and like believe it. I can't even tell myself that this news that I'm hearing is true. It's legal to do false news, guys. In America, it is 100% legal to make news that is not true. Like, you can't get in trouble for it, which, I mean, I think it's a good thing that everyone's allowed to do what they want, like with propaganda and stuff. But there's like an extent. There's got to be like regulations. Like, the media could just post that Trump killed somebody today, and like they literally could post it. People would believe it. Yeah, like I can't even turn on the TV and believe what I'm seeing, guys. All these, like, when you're on Twitter, you're on Google, you're on any news source you're reading, the news you get from, guys, you have to question it. Like, you gotta realize you can't. I'm pretty sure everyone knows this, and I might sound arrogant, like acting like I'm just a genius talking about this to you guys, but I'm just trying to say like my opinion, and you can't believe what the media is telling you, which is awful. Like, I never wanted to live in a day and age where that's happening, where I can't even trust my sources. Like, it's scary, dude.
I mean, so many people do rely on media as their source for what's going on in the world, and you can't blame them. That's what we have. We have all these different news sources that we read articles from and watch on TV, and I mean, you want to believe it because it's what you're being told by so many different sources, but you can't rely on that. They can post whatever they want, whether it's true or not. It's just not something that you can rely on right now, and it sucks.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, don't worry, guys. The whole podcast is not going to be about that. Actually, I'm right now just thinking about how funny this like makeshift mic we got set up right here. Guys, this is the most unprofessional podcast you'll ever hear. It's like, right now we're talking in a microphone that is being held up by a thing of tape.
Caution tape.
Caution tape is holding up our microphone, so we are both able to sit next to it and talk. And I'm using the same mic I use in my videos, and it's a really nice microphone. I'm really glad I have it. So, and it's coming to use now. I'm actually getting to use it. Like, it's a condenser microphone, and these are like things that are made for like either audio recording and podcasts. Like, and I'm excited to be using it. Actually, it's making me happy.
Pretty nice.
Well, we just had like a 1 minute pause there. I'm gonna have to cut that crap out. And I couldn't think of anything to talk about. All I had was that media idea, and now we're kind of done talking about that. We like got over that. I guess I'm pretty excited. There's a snowstorm coming soon, guys. As we're doing this, like tonight in a few hours is a big snowstorm, and that's gonna be pretty cool.
The only problem with that is with the first snowstorm of the year, it comes lots of car accidents. Nobody knows how to drive in the snow, apparently. We're from Michigan. You should be used to this by now. But somehow, over 6 months of good weather, everyone forgets everything they knew about winter driving.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Like, I don't know if you guys, for people that live in like northern states, that get snow, you guys all know what happens in the first snowstorm, and it's hell. It's awful. Oh my God, it's horrible. Like
You can be driving down the highway, and within a mile, you might see 5 cars in the ditch, and you just have to wonder what are you possibly doing?
Yeah.
Like, you know the road's icy, just drive a little slower. But no one seems to care apparently.
Yeah, like it's crazy. Like, oh my goodness, dude. I remember last year, I was coming home from work, and it was like the first snowstorm, and everybody around me is just, you could tell it, like it's almost like you can feel the panic in the air. Everyone is just panicked, and you can't just like panic like that. Like, I just don't understand what happens. Like, there's got to be like a scientific study of what happens to people's brains on the first snow, because it's horrible. Like, I want to see
used to it.
statistics
Everyone
on this.
panics and gets nervous while driving, and I guess that's not doing any help. The last year on the first day of snow, I was on my way to work at 6 a.m, and driving down the highway, I saw 3 different cars in the ditch within 1 mile, and many other tracks leading that way, and it was just a couple inches. It wasn't anything too bad, but everyone forgot how to drive. Big surprise.
So, I guess I could talk about a little more about this podcast. I think about this almost every single day, dude. Not even gonna lie. Like, when I wake up, I think about like, I love entertaining people. And I haven't been doing that lately at college. I'm sorry, like, guys, I have not done a good job at my YouTube channel so far at college. I did a horrible job, and towards the end of last year, I was starting to grind out on YouTube. I was doing great, and my channel was doing great for me. And then as soon as I got to college, I don't know what happened, dude. It all went away. And I lost like my motivation for it. I just don't upload. I still love entertaining people, and I think about it every day, guys. Don't even worry. Like, every single day I'm on here, even when I don't upload. I didn't have an upload for a month. It was like 32 days actually, and I was still thinking about it every single day. Definitely.
It is not that he does not want to. Believe me, I hear him. He talks about it every day. He misses doing this. He wants to entertain people, and it's just hard to find the time here. We're always busy. There's so much we have to do right now, and it's hard to find the time, but
yeah, that's kind of true. And like, there's a little bit of excuses. Like, I don't like making videos when people are here. I just get stage fright. I don't like when people are listening to me talking to nothing. Like, our roommate's out there right now in the room next to us. He could probably hear everything we're saying, and I'm waiting for a response. But no, God damn, dude. All right, we're back. We were gone for a minute. We had to take a little break. Oh, I'm gonna have some of this beef jerky that's sitting right here. But
I've never had beef jerky.
Dude, you're gonna try beef jerky right now on this podcast. This kid's gonna try beef jerky.
Beef jerky scares me, honestly. What even is it?
For the first time, he's trying beef jerky on a podcast. Why does it look weird?
I don't know what it looks like to begin with, so I couldn't tell you.
It looks weird. There's no way it's bad. It's just beef jerky. But this beef jerky looks like it has fur on it, and it's grossing
Is it
me out.
mold?
No, I don't think so.
You try it first. I'm not trying it for my first time unless you try it out and tell me how it is.
Dude, I'm gonna eat it with you. Oh my.
Alright, same time?
You gotta have a bigger piece. Pick one of these. Just pick one of them.
Left.
Okay. Dude, it's good. You're gonna love it. He's never had beef jerky, and he's about to have it for the first time. Like, this is ridiculous, guys. Make fun of him right now. I know. Like, we'll leave a moment of silence for people listening to just be like, what?
Sorry if I have to run to the bathroom quick. We'll see.
No, dude, beef jerky's good.
Wow. Why have I never had this before? I've lived through 18 and a half years of my life without this. Well, thank you for the introduction to it, Jason.
Do you like it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Told you, it tastes good, dude. I can't believe he's never had beef jerky. That's going in the title.
Never once. One thing that I refuse to eat, though, venison.
Mm-hmm.
The idea of eating a deer to me.
Yeah, dude. I've never had venison either, actually. It just grosses me out. Like, I grew up in a family of, like, people that hunted and stuff, and, like, venison was around me. I always, like, at my family parties and stuff, there was always so many different kinds of venison because all my hick uncles that hunt. And never did I try it.
I was never surrounded by hunters or people eating venison in my family, but this one girl, she would always bring in venison for the class, and I did not want venison. She'd bring in molasses cookies and venison. What kind of combination is that?
Both nasty.
Hate both of them. Never touched them. I mean, I appreciated, like, the gesture, like, bringing in food for the class, but could you have chosen something else other than venison and molasses cookies? My God.
Wow. Ungrateful. That's what you get, kids. Like, don't be ungrateful.
Just like me. Sorry, I'm ungrateful.
Okay. I saw a funny article today, and it was the fat. What am I even saying?
The fat?
Ow. I choked on some jerky. But, so, this guy, he took his drone, like, all those drones, like, drones are getting so popular, and I don't know how people don't know what they are, but in this story, obviously a lot of people didn't know what they are. This guy, he got a drone, and he hooked up, like, a ghost skeleton to it, and, like, hung it down, and he flew it around this town, scaring the living crap out of people. This got on, like, I just read this on the news. Ooh, after I just told you it couldn't be true. It might be fake. That's true. It could be fake.
Media's biased.
I don't know why they'd fake this, but yeah, he flew it around and people were terrified. Like, the town was getting 911 calls. Like, there's a demon flying around the city and it's haunting people. Dang, that was a big burp. I'm just effing this up. Yeah, what do you think of that, Nate?
You know, personally, how did anyone possibly think there is a demon flying around their town? Where have you ever gone and seen demons flying? Where have you ever heard of that? Did you really think that was realistic?
Dude, there's a lot of stupid people out there. Like, there's a lot of dumb people. I believe, like, I don't remember what percentage it was, but, like, over half the world population has said they've seen a UFO or something.
I highly doubt it.
And, like, okay, I've never seen one.
I have not either.
And then, dude, we could talk about our ghost problem.
I know. I was just going to say, I'm not going to lie. Like, I do believe that there may be a ghost in this dorm. I have seen things, as I believe, but a demon flying around the town, that's something I cannot quite believe. But the ghost standing in my bathroom, oh yes, I absolutely believe it.
So yeah, you guys might be like, what? And I'm thinking the same thing. It's like it's just as confusing to me as it is probably to people hearing it. I have never believed in ghosts my entire life. Never. I've always just, like, I grew up like my family. Oh my god, dude, why am I struggling so much to talk? Like, my family, they did not believe in ghosts, and like my dad and mom would always tell me that ghosts aren't real, you're never gonna see one, that stuff. And growing up, yeah, I never saw a ghost. Like, obviously kids think they do, but as I got older, I came to college. Never in my life before here have I ever had any ghost encounters. But since I've been up here, probably like 10 different crazy things have happened that are just unexplainable, and there's no explanation for it. And like, when that happens, the only thing you like think in your brain is it has to be someone else in the room. Like, that was a bad voice crack. Like, it's unexplainable. Not saying I believe in ghosts. I don't know if I do or not. I want to say I do now because of what's happened, but
I have always been skeptical. I grew up in a big house, very old, and there were many occurrences where I thought that there was a ghost in my house, and I was scared. When I was little, we had this Pinocchio thing on a puppet, and we were sitting there watching a movie, and it randomly started playing its song. I was convinced it was a ghost. I did run out of my house. I did not return for a while, but that was probably just me
You
being
ran out of
young
your
and
house?
dumb. Yep. Me and my friend, we left. We went to the park for 2 hours.
'Cause you're
We
that
were-
scared?
Yeah, we were home alone, and my parents were catering a wedding, and I had them call me when they got back before I would go to the house. I did not want to go alone.
Huh. That's funny. Yeah, this kid right here, this is his first time. Like, when I was making this podcast, I was like telling him a little bit of tips that I know from like doing commentaries and stuff. And he was a little bit nervous to do it. And I think he's doing a pretty good job on this podcast. We're 22 minutes in, and he's still hanging here.
I appreciate
Still
that.
not falling
you know,
out.
I wasn't sure if I'd make it this far. I've acted, but I've not just talked about whatever I want to talk about like this before, and it's pretty fun. It's new, but
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Yeah, what was I going to say? I don't remember. Gosh, dang it. Oh yeah. So yeah, this kid right here, Nathan, he has got some funny stories. He's crazy. He's a funny I'm not going to say that word. I was
I
about
know
to
what
say
you're going for.
but I can't. This podcast has to say somewhat somewhat rated pretty good, because
PG,
I know
pretty
that
good.
I know yeah, PG pretty good. I know that my mom and dad might possibly be listening to this because they watch some of my YouTube videos. I've told you guys that before, and they very, very well could be listening to us right now talking, Nate. So if you want to say something to my mom or dad.
Well, I've only met you a couple times, so I will hold myself to a good vocabulary. I won't use some of the words that I might use just around Jason, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I'll do my best.
That's what's crazy, I think, that's changed about like this day and age. You'll go on YouTube, and like these top-notch YouTube creators for like that fit the like the kid market, like I can't believe what they say in their videos, and it dumbfounds me, because like I don't think swearing's a bad thing. I don't think it makes like people look dumber or anything like that. Actually, that's what I meant to say. I think it can make people look dumber if used too much. But I think back then, dude, I totally just ruined this point. This is the worst. But so these big YouTubers, I'm not going to say any names because I'm not going to be like that small YouTube channel trying to cause some drama right now and call out a big guy. Like, that's just stupid. But there's guys that like are up there in Minecraft that have millions of subs, and they just cuss in their videos, and like their entire audience is just kids. Like, they're like ages 10. Like your brother watches Minecraft.
Yep. My 4-year-old brother.
And he probably, I bet some of the videos he watches, it's like unbelievable how much like some of these guys cuss. And I don't think it's right for kids to be hearing that. I just think they're too young. Like, they'll start talking like that. Like, I didn't learn that kind of language until I got older. Like,
I know.
And these
it's
kids are
crazy
learning
how
at
things
young
have
ages.
changed. YouTube is so accessible from really anyone. At 2 years old, my brother would get on my mom's phone, and he would find his way to YouTube and just be watching all these videos. And some of the things I would hear, like, I know that he doesn't understand, but I would hear all this constant swearing and these like vulgar things that maybe I didn't even understand until 2 years ago. And he's just able to get onto my mom's phone at 2 years old
Hear
and
all this stuff.
hear all this and exposed to so much. And really, with YouTube, anyone could watch it, so you do have to be careful to some extent to what you're saying.
Yeah, like, it's nobody's fault, but I know that if I was a public figure that had thousands and if not millions of people that follow my every move and worship me like these big name YouTubers, I wouldn't talk like that. I wouldn't cuss a lot in my videos, because I bet you these parents don't want their kids watching these, and their kids just get on their phones or whatever and find these YouTube videos. Like, the parents can't always see what they're doing. Like,
Yeah,
you can't monitor your kid 24/7.
you're not always going to be looking over your kid's shoulder at every moment, seeing what they're doing.
So yeah, like, I'm only 18 years old, and I don't know why it sounds like I sound like a freaking adult right now, caring about cussing and stuff. Like, why am I even talking about this? I don't know. I just think it's not right for, like, little kids to hear this stuff. Like, yeah, you're gonna get exposed to it when you're older, but, like, when you're 6 years old, wait, how old is your brother? He's 4? Yeah, he's 4 years old, guys, and he watches stuff like, I'm not gonna say names again. I have like 5 names I could just spit out right now and just roasted, but no, I couldn't roast them, but I could say all 5 of them right now and just, I bet you he watches them, and because all those kids do, that's what they do nowadays. Like,
It's entertaining to them. It's something to watch, something to keep them occupied, and that's what's crazy with technology now. Like, kids at the youngest of ages, they will just roam around on a phone and see whatever they can find.
yeah, I wouldn't doubt that, like, kids are watching these videos, and kids, they do what they see, they do what they hear, they do what they see is going on. That's just what kids do. They copy. And when they see all these people swearing, like, they're gonna copy that. Like, I could see some kid learning the new C word, and then in the YouTube video, and then his mom later on that day tells him to do something. He's like, "No, Mom, you're a," and I bet that happens, and I bet it's increasing the amount of times that happens because of this. And I don't think it's like a problem, but I don't know. I just think these big YouTubers should watch what they're saying. You guys got a lot of young kids watching you, and they do listen to you because they're kids.
You do have to be careful. Growing up the last 4 years with a younger brother, I've learned that although you might not think that they understand, and maybe they don't understand what you mean by what you say, they definitely pick up on it. I have had a couple slip-ups with my brother, and he has repeated them in front of my parents. They wonder where he got it, and I just kind of keep my mouth shut. But I've learned that you do really have to be careful because they will pick up on everything you say.
And they will copy you.
Especially looking up to his older brother. He often says, "I want to be Nene." He calls me Nene. He wants to be me. He doesn't want to be like me. He wants to be me, he says.
Yeah, like,
so he's going to do what I do.
And these YouTubers, like, the kids like them. Obviously, that's why so many people watch them. And when kids when they like somebody older to them, these kids, they look up to them. They want to do everything that person does. Everything. They want to be just like them. I know that because, like, personally, me being a kid, like, I remember when I was young watching LeBron and, like, Kobe. And I was like, oh my gosh, they're so good. I want to be just like them. And I would watch videos of them and just, like, do everything I can to, like, I don't know. I just copied them. Like, I'd watch LeBron, and I would go try to shoot basketball hoops in the driveway and try to, like, shoot the same way he did, just because, like,
and
yeah.
Celebrities have a huge factor on, like, what everyone wants to be. Everyone wants to be like the famous people. Like, they're getting attention from it, and of course they want to be great just like them. When you watch people on YouTube or on sports, you're gonna do just what they do. And what's crazy to me too is how we look up to these people like LeBron James and, like, these college basketball players when you're little, and then suddenly, like, now we're the same age as them.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, that, yeah, that's insane. To see, like, wait, were you done?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I think that's crazy because nowadays, like, I remember when I was young watching that guy go out of high school into the NBA, and I'm like, holy cow, that's a long way down the road still. But now I'm older than that. Like, kids, literally, it hasn't happened yet, but it's going to be like this year soon because I'm 18 going on 19. There's going to be people in the NBA that are younger than us. And that's just dumbfounding, dude.
It's crazy.
Like,
I've looked up to so many people my whole life, and I'll look at someone in college on TV, and it's just crazy for me to think that now I'm the same age. There are people my age that are playing basketball on national television. Like,
and look what we're doing. We're in my room making a podcast that probably won't get any views. Don't you feel like accomplished, dude?
oh, so accomplished. It's just crazy what some are able to do. I mean, I'm sure I would like to be able to be an all-star basketball player, and maybe I am capable, but I haven't put the work through to be the best basketball player in the world.
Yeah, it's crazy. This is about hitting 32 minutes now, and I think that's a decent length for a first one. You don't want to do it too long because I don't know if people will watch it that long, but I'd say the average podcast, I looked it up, it's like, or I actually didn't look it up, I'd even say that, but like from watching podcasts, I know how long they usually are, and I think it's about ready to wrap it up. It's a pretty good podcast.
I'd agree. My first one. Your first one as well, I guess.
Yeah, we had some ups and downs. There were some struggle moments. There's a few awkward silences. It's the first one ever, guys, so give me a freaking break. God.
Didn't expect me to be perfect at something I've never done before.
Yep, it's not going to be the best. I'm telling you, it's so unprofessional. I'm on a laptop in my dorm room off freaking college internet. Yep. And we're recording this, so this podcast can be big someday, Nate. It's the first one. We're going to look back at this in a few years and be like, wow, this is where we started. Okay. Yeah. That's funny.
Might
Maybe
be cringy
someday.
then.
Tell yourself that, dude. This is good. We're going to start doing this, guys. This is going to be a new thing. We'll see how you like it. But please, if you watched it all the way through, give me, like, if you were able to watch that long, I think I deserve a pretty good review on how this was. Like, let me know what was bad, what was good, what needed to be fixed, and all that stuff. Just let me know. I'd be so happy if someone actually watched this the whole way through.
Yeah, we were talking for a half an hour about who even knows what now, but if you were interested for a half an hour, then I'm definitely interested to see why.
Like, yeah, if we kept you entertained for that long, like, that's crazy. I doubt it. I didn't think this, like, it's the first podcast. It's not going to be the best, but I think we did pretty good.
I'd say so.
I think it's ready to call it an episode. All right. This is where we're gonna plan this outro. We're gonna do this outro every time. I'm Jason,
and I'm Nathan,
and this is the rest of this. Gosh, dang it. Okay. This is the end of the Scoop podcast. This was episode 1. Hope you enjoyed. Anything you want to say, Nate?
We'll see where it goes from here.
Have a good day, guys. See you later. Peace.
Bye.